Entrepreneurship has a severe hidden cost that almost nobody talks about. Ben Horowitz famously said, "As a startup CEO, I slept like a baby. I woke up every 2 hours and cried." Life as a founder is extremely taxing. You constantly feel drained, on edge, not because you're weak, not because you're incompetent, but because when things get hard, and they will, your self worth gets pulled into the fight. And once that happens, everything feels personal. So in this video, I share the four-step framework I used during my toughest times to pull myself out of it, including when I lost my multi-million dollar company. First, we have to understand the patterns. When business stays difficult for a long time, missed targets, pressure, uncertainty, fear of failure kicks in, not as panic, but as identity protector. You stop asking, what's the best decision? And start asking, what does this say about me? That's where things go off the rails. Think about the last difficult decision you postponed. Was it really about strategy? Or about what the outcome might say about you? So let's slow this down because it isn't motivation, it's mechanics. When outcomes turn negative, many founders don't just evaluate results, they evaluate themselves. Sales are down, I'm bad at this. A launch underperforms, I'm not cut out for this. Public criticism shows up, they're right, I was never that good. This isn't drama, it's predictable cognitive pattern. Negative self-talk isn't random. Think of it like a smoke alarm. Its job is to not make you comfortable. Its job is to warn you of danger. It's actually a protection mechanism. Our brain's job is not to make us confident and successful. Its job is to keep us safe. And psychologically, failure, humiliation, and rejection are among the biggest threats we experience. When your business feels unstable, your brain switches modes from growth to damage control. Its goal is no longer progress, it's prevention. So it turns inward. It increases self criticism, not to hurt you, but to stop you from making another mistake. Shame becomes a tool because shame heightens vigilance. It reduces risk taking. It keeps you from standing out again. And there's another reason this pattern sticks. Blaming yourself feels safer than accepting uncertainty. If it's your fault, then it's controllable. Markets, timing, luck, those aren't. So the brain chooses self blame over randomness, not because it's accurate, but because it creates the illusion of control. Here's the irony: the mind learns that harsh self talk once helped prevent mistakes, so it keeps using it, even when it no longer works. But over time, this strategy backfires. Self criticism narrows attention, increases rumination, impairs decision making. You don't become sharper, you become cautious, avoidant, slower. You stop optimizing outcomes and start predicting identity. That's where effort goes up, but performance goes down. Once self worth and outcomes are fused, failure becomes dangerous. Not financially, psychologically. Every decision now carries a hidden question. If this goes wrong, what does that make me? So, you delay calls, avoid bold moves, overthink simple decisions, all disguised as being careful. This is where negative self talk takes over. And it doesn't sound dramatic, it sounds reasonable. I should have known better. I can't afford another mistake. This proves something. But under stress, your mind is not neutral about you. It selectively focuses on negative feedback, public criticism, and other sort of signals that confirm self doubt. At the same time, it ignores or downplays positive feedback, past wins, evidence of competence. Your internal dataset becomes corrupted, not by facts, but by attention. Once I understood this mechanism, everything changed. The fix isn't confidence, it's selective perception. What I'm about to share with you is a four-step framework to stop failure from feeling personal. Step one: understand why your brain does this. Your mind is biased against you under pressure. It does its job by trying to protect you. That doesn't make you broken, it makes you human. Understanding this is the cornerstone of what comes next. So, step two is interruption. Interrupt the negative bias with structured questions. Leave no room for emotions. When something goes wrong, ask what specifically failed, the action or me? Or what can I learn from this that improves my next decision? Or what possible good outcomes could still emerge from this situation? Notice what's happening here. We're not trying to feel better, we're trying to think clearly again. Now, moving on to step three, regain confidence. Install a personal belief statement. And no, it's not woo woo. The best way to do it is to copy the exact technique the US Naval Postgraduate School teaches their officer candidates to build, sustain, and protect confidence. It's not hype, it's a stabilizer. So it must be first person, present tense, affirmative, vivid, and emotionally grounded. For example, I'm a calm, capable operator who learns fast under pressure, not shouted, just repeated. This works because belief statements don't fight thoughts, they restore confidence. Step 4, practice thought stopping. Notice when self talk shifts from what happened to what's wrong with me. That's the cue. Attach a reset. Could be a breath, a posture change, pinching your hand. Then repeat the belief statement. This stops the spiral very effectively. When identity stays outside the problem, failure becomes information, not a verdict. What I'm describing here actually starts earlier with how fear quietly starts influencing decisions. If you haven't seen that first piece, this will make a lot more sense after it.